Have you ever wondered why a wheel is round and not some other shape? It's a question that might have crossed your mind. The answer lies in the fascinating world of circles, a fundamental shape in our universe which possesses unique properties that make it indispensable to our daily lives. Imagine life without circles. Our cars wouldn't roll, our coins wouldn't fit snugly in our pockets. From the sun above to the watch on your wrist, circles are everywhere, silently ensuring the smooth functioning of our world. One of the key properties of a circle that makes it so special is the circumference. It's a term you might have heard before, perhaps in a math class or a trivia game. It's the reason why the wheel is round, why the coin is flat, and why the sun is a perfect sphere. But what exactly is the circumference of a circle? Well, stick around to unravel the mystery. So what is this circumference we speak of? Well, let's imagine for a moment, picture a perfectly round pizza, fresh out of the oven. Now, if you were to trace a line along the edge of that pizza, that line would be the circumference of the pizza. It's the distance all the way around the circle. Or consider a bicycle wheel, the outer edge of the tire, the part that makes contact with the road as you pedal along, that's the circumference of the wheel. In both these examples, whether it's the edge of a pizza or the rim of a bicycle wheel, you're looking at the circumference. It's the boundary line of the circle, the outermost edge that defines its shape. Now you might be thinking, wait a minute, isn't that similar to the radius or the diameter of a circle? Well, yes and no. The radius and the diameter are both measurements that relate to a circle, but they're different from the circumference. The radius of a circle is the distance from the center of the circle to any point on its edge. If you were to draw a line from the middle of your pizza to the crust, that would be the radius. The diameter, on the other hand, is a line that passes through the center of the circle and touches 2 points on the edge. It's twice the length of the radius. If you were to cut your pizza in half, right through the center, the length of that cut would be the diameter. But the circumference, that's a whole different story. It's not about lines drawn within the circle or through it, but rather the line that surrounds it. It's the total distance around the edge of the circle. Therefore, the circumference is simply the total distance around the edge of a circle. But how do we calculate it? Now that we know what a circumference is, how do we calculate it, you might ask? Well, buckle up for an intriguing mathematical journey. The formula for calculating the circumference is typically expressed in two ways. C equals pi times diameter, written as C equals sine PD, or C equals 2 times pi times radius, written as C equals sine 2pr. Both of these formulas are correct and can be used interchangeably, but it's important to know when to use which. Let's break down the formula to its components. The C stands for circumference, the boundary line of our circle. Pi, denoted by the Greek letter TGP, is a mathematical constant that's approximately equal to 3.14. It's the ratio of the circumference of any circle to its diameter. The D stands for diameter, which is the distance across the circle through its center. And the R stands for radius, the distance from the center of the circle to its edge. Now let's put these formulas into action with a simple example. Suppose we have a circle with a diameter of 5 units. Using the first formula, we multiply pi, approximately 3.14, by the diameter, 5. This gives us a circumference of approximately 15.7 units. What if we only know the radius of a circle? Let's say the radius is 3 units. In this case, we use the second formula. We multiply 2 by pi, approximately 3.14, and then multiply the result by the radius, 3. This gives us a circumference of approximately 18.85 units. These simple calculations can be used to find the circumference of any circle, whether it's the rim of your coffee cup or the earth itself. Remember, the key is to know both the formulas and when to use them. The diameter-based formula is handy when you know the distance across the circle, while the radius-based formula is useful when you know the distance from the center to the edge. So, with a little bit of math, we can easily find out the circumference of any circle. And that, folks, is the beauty of mathematics in action. It's not just numbers and symbols, it's a language that helps us understand and navigate the world around us. Let's recap what we've learned and see how it applies to our everyday life. We've embarked on a journey through the intriguing world of circles, unraveling the mystery of the circumference. We've discovered that the circumference, simply put, is the distance around the circle. It's like the boundary that keeps everything within the circle in check. We've also learned how to calculate it. Remember, if you know the radius or the diameter of the circle, you can easily find the circumference with the help of our mathematical friend, pi. Now, let's switch gears and delve into the real-world applications of calculating the circumference. It's not just a concept tucked away in your mathematics textbooks. It's a practical tool used in our everyday life. Imagine you're on a bicycle pedaling away on a beautiful sunny day. Every time your bicycle wheel makes one full turn, it covers a distance equal to its circumference. By knowing the circumference of your bicycle wheel, you can calculate the distance you've traveled. It's a fun fact to impress your friends on your next bike ride, isn't it? Or consider a circular park in your neighborhood. Ever wondered how much fencing would be needed to enclose the park? By calculating the circumference of the park, you can easily find out the length of the fence required. It's a handy tool for architects and city planners. And let's not forget the artisans crafting beautiful circular jewelry or the bakers making delicious pies. They too use the concept of circumference to perfect their creations. It's fascinating how this simple concept of circumference permeates so many aspects of our lives. So the next time you see a circle, remember, its circumference is just a calculation away. Circles are everywhere, from the coins in your pocket to the sun in the sky. The more you look, the more you'll find. Understanding the circumference allows you to appreciate these circles in a whole new light. Keep exploring and stay curious.